Mhm.
Hey Jesse, so should we start now or should we wait for a few minutes? Jesse, should we start now?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, hi, we can hear you. Yeah, hi. So, hi, chaps. So, my name is Mohit, and I will be covering that Unix administrator basic training in this course. So, right now, I'm working as a Linux admin since last 13 years and having working on other part of technologies as well as including the VMware and the storage side. But yes, we will be covering the Unix thing over here. So, at the end of the course, what I'm expecting from you guys, like you will be having the basic Linux system administration skills and have a deep understanding of the Linux fundamental and the concepts. So am I audible? I'm just checking again.
Yeah, yes, you're audible.
Okay,
Yes, you
okay,
are.
thank you, great. So before we start, I would like to have a quick intro. The guys are over here, and then we can start with our module, I would say. So if you can introduce quickly yourself and the motive behind joining the training, so it will be a better understanding from my side. So whoever want to start can have go ahead.
I can go ahead and get started.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I'm attending this training to gain understanding of Unix. I mean, I've used Unix in school, but I haven't worked with it in a very long time. So I'm just trying to get understanding and just help me do my job better. So that's the long and short of it.
Great.
Let me. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, hi, Sai.
Yeah, myself, 𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐿. Actually, I'm pursuing my master's from University of Central Missouri, like specialized in computer science. I recently came to US in the spring. And coming to my work experience, I have worked in IBM as an application developer for 2 years.
Okay.
And I worked for the project Roast, and I worked on the ServiceNow tools and also Sterling integrator, and having basic knowledge like JavaScript and CSS little bit. And coming to this Linux, it is new to me, so I'm eagerly waiting to learn, and I'm expecting the basic thing like start to stop, like start to end, like because it's very new for me. Like I know like OS like Windows, Mac, everything, but it's Linux is different for me, Unix.
No worries.
So yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Ranjita. Yeah, I worked as a tester in 2018, but after that I got a long gap. I just want to learn a new concept called Unix, which is very, very new for me. But I have a little bit, idea what is Unix. When I'm doing my engineering, I got a basic, like very basic idea, but after that I got a long gap, so I just want to see how it works, and along with the new environment. I mean, this is a new environment for me, so I just want to explore the new stuff. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sugita.
Hi.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I did my bachelor's in computer science, and right now I'm working like a QA analyst. So I joined this training to get a basic understanding of Unix.
Hi, this is Deepti.
Hi, Deepti.
Hi. I did MBA, and I am completely new. I don't have any IT experience. I need to learn from basics. So I joined. I need to learn from the basics.
Okay, no worries. So are we done, or like we are left someone who is still waiting to introduce herself or himself? Okay, great. So guys, I will be sharing my screen and then let's start the learning about the Linux and the stuff. So just a sec.
Hello. Oh, sorry, my mic was having issues. Hi, I'm Claudia, and I'm from the healthcare field, and I do not have any Linux background or anything, but I do want to get a kickstart in the IT field so I can switch fields. So here I am, and I'm looking forward to this class. So thank you.
No worries, thank you. Okay, so let me share my screen with you guys. Where are you? Screen share, screen share, screen share. So let me know once my screen visible to you guys.
Yes.
I can see
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So basically, what we will be having during the course, like we will be having a quick overview of the system, and we will learn about the basically installing the Linux and on our Windows box, obviously, because that will be a test environment. And first of all, we would require some.
Sorry to interrupt you. Is the session is recording?
I think so. I do see the session is being recorded as per my understanding.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Carry on.
No worries, no worries. So basically, over the overview part, what I will be covering, I will be giving it a quick introduction about the Linux, about the Unix families, and why we are using Linux, and where Linux right now in the terms of using as a corporate thing in the data centers, in the servers. Then we will cover the basic file management system of the Unix. Then we will have pipes, redirects, searches, text files, regular using expressions, job controls. We would have monitor, creating and monitoring and telling about the processes which is running over the systems. Then we will having the modify process execution priorities, because every process is like executed on the Linux OS as a priority thing. So if you want to customize the process, you have always the option of like altering priorities according to your requirement. What we will be learning about other thing is the file system concepts for the Unix. Then we would have just a second, guys. Let me full screen this. I'm just seeing a toggle bar over top of the thing. Okay. We will learn about managing the file ownership on the servers. We will learn about the create and change hard link and symbolic links on the file systems and on the OS side, controlling the file system, mounting and unmounting, maintain the integrity of the file system. The other part would be about covering the boot the system, which is a basic thing and which is like must to do have, like I would say, the expected answer in case like you want to understand the basic of Linux. We will discuss about the changing the run level, shutting down the system, having the reboot of the systems, connecting to the systems, as well as on the different via the different softwares, and on the obviously on the PuTTY sessions. Basically, the PuTTY is a software where we are sorry, connecting our the backend servers on the consoles, because as you guys might be already aware, in the Unix, the administrator most preferably use the terminals to connect to the backend servers rather than playing in the GUI part like we do have in the Windows systems. So that is something which we cover during the course. We will learn about finding the Linux documentation on the internet. How can you use that documentation for your learning purposes, and obviously as well as like applying while you will be doing your labs and testings. Then we will learn about tune the user environments and the system environment variables on the systems, and that can be customized as per your requirements. We will learn about configuring and using the system log files. Basically, all of the traces or all of the activity, whichever is going on the Unix system, is being recorded, or I would say is being bypassed in the log files. There are a number of different log files under particular directories, or I would say in the file system hierarchy, and you can see the log files. It is the most important tool for a system admin to check the log files, because like you will be having the clue or the issues which you face during your work on the system. So you will be easily able to filter out the problems using the log files. Then we will learn about automate and scheduling system administration tasks. And at the last, we will see about the maintain and effective data backup strategy for the Linux system. Might be that will be covering the zipping the files, making the tar, making the ggz files. So at the end of the basically of this course, what I am expecting to you guys, like you will be able to understand the Unix in a better way, like what we have already discussed. Most of the guys are here just for the understanding purpose and like are keen to learn about the Linux. So this will be agenda of the course. So basically I would like you to ask, do you have any knowledge like what exactly the Unix is? Like if somebody can explain to me without seeing obviously the PPT slide, so that would be a great thing to start with. If somebody wants to cover, he or she understand about the Unix as a thing, as a whole thing. Hello.
I'm sorry, what was the question that
Hello.
you asked?
So can you repeat that?
Yeah. What was the question?
So my question was, I just wanted to understand if somebody would like to cover, I'll give about a quick introduction of the Unix, what exactly she or he understand from the Unix OS when we discuss or when we talk about the Unix thing. So anybody would like to cover that part, or can give a quick intro what he understand with the terms Unix basically.
Well, I mean,
sorry, carry on.
Yeah.
My understanding is that, you know, I mean, you stated that here it's one of the first operating systems. It's actually the first multi-user operating system where more than one user can log in, or different users can share the same machine.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't know much else beyond that.
No worries, no worries. I was just going through like at least like we can start that thing as a bit of conversation thing for an interactive session. So basically the Unix is a multi-user, multitasking operating system. It was basically designed for the flexibility and the adaptability. And basically in the Unix, or you would say in the Linux, the main core thing is about the kernel, which is sitting on the system, which is a master program basically that controls the services and the programs. It is responsible for managing files, responding to the system calls, and a communication in between the software and the hardware layer. So you can say it's a kind of heart of the OS system, which is basically managing all the system calls and all the tasks and scheduling and giving the priorities of the task, whatever you have configured on the system side. So how a user interact with the Unix environment, basically we have a shell. You would call that shell is a kind of CLI for entering the commands that are passed to the kernel for execution. Some of the examples I would like to cover for the Unix part is IBM AIX, that is a proprietary OS, which is being taken care by the IBM side. Then we have Solaris, HP Unix, Mac OS X, and etc. So just a second, I'm struggling with my, just a minute. So this is about the Unix system architecture. The shell and the Windows environment are the programs. So if you see them in by diagrams, so at the end of the thing, we have a hardware. Basically, this is the piece of hardware, or you can say the server, which is over which the OS is being installed, and that is being basically representing here with the help of kernel. And we have the shells, we have the application running on that particular kernel. So this is what I have been discussing in the previous slide. Kernel is a whole sole responsible thing which is managing the communication and executing the system calls in between the hardware and your application running on the system. So in the Unix part, what basically the Linux is, this is the same again, I would say it's a kind of kernel itself, not a proper OS, but this is Linux, like Unix, like computer operating system, which is basically assembled under the model of free. So I understand you guys most possibly aware that it's a free OS which is being distributed for the work purpose. But if like we have the different commercial projects which is basically are the license-based agreement, like you have heard about the Red Hat systems. So basically that is a support hierarchy, like anyone who want to use a Linux can use a Linux, and he can or she can do the work or install on the servers. But when we talk about getting the customer support or the basically the technical support, if you need it in case of any issues, and most possibly like you can as example use Red Hat systems. Basically this is being backed and managed by the Red Hat team, and they are like providing you the continuous upgrades or the patches level on the Linux side. And in case of any issue, obviously you can go to them and have a proper call of support. So basically the history of the Linux would be like we have the Linux kernel developed by the Linus Torvalds, and many important parts come from the GNU project. So basically what is GNU project is like basically it's a collaboration of the developers which is being worked or which are working for the development of the software as a part of free thing. So this is something about the Linux. So it comes in several distribution to the different purposes. So it's not about limited scope of the Red Hat Linux, but you can have the SUSE, you can have the CentOS, Ubuntu, Fedora, Red Hat, and many more server as a Linux thing. So why Linux? So Linux is basically like, as I cover most of the things on my previous slides, basically it's a free and the open source. It is a powerful for the research data centers. It can be used for personal, for desktop and the phones, and as well as, and it's a community key and the business driven thing. So I started a background thing. Let me check if that is being downloaded or not. So at least we can have some starting work on hands-on part. So first of all, like to run the system, to run the Linux OS on the system, I would ask you guys to at least start downloading some of the thing. Just a second. Where are you guys? So let's start with the chat. So the first thing you would need in the system, or like to start your hands-on practice, would be the Oracle VirtualBox. You can use the VMware VirtualBox as well as like whatever the most comfortable with you. So I will be sharing a link in the chat bar, and if you want to download it, you can give it a try. So this is just a quick introduction of the things, how we will going to proceed. So just a second. I will be sharing some of the quick links for your convenience. Just a second, have I picked that earlier? Then you have the images link, which are the customized images. If you want to use, you can directly get that downloaded in your box, and then you can attach to the software piece. So just a sec, I'm just looking if we are done with the thing. Just a second. So you guys can start downloading that Oracle VirtualBox, because this is the basic package, I would say, and one of the ISO image I will be sharing with you guys. So at least meanwhile I will be covering the thing, so you can like start the download thing. So it will take a little bit of time because due to the size of the software, so that can be a good thing to start with the parallel side. I have shared you the link on the sidebar, and you can start, or you can directly go to the link and you can start the download thing. Just would be great thing if you can put up the download as on the back end, and then we can continue on that part. So you got my link which I have shared in the chat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because this will be like helping us to log in on the system, creating a system. What I will be covering, I will be covering the installation of the VirtualBox. Personally, I'm using this, and then we will be installing the OS on the server and on our Windows box itself for the home lab practices or for the troubleshooting things. Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
If I have an AWS account, can I use my Linux instance on there?
So if you have the AWS account, you can launch your EC2 instance over there. So it's up to you. How would you like to proceed? Because I understand most of the guys don't have like that AWS kind of stuff. So
okay.
As a general rule of thing, what we are practicing or how we are practicing, we are covering the stuff on the Windows box itself with the help of Oracle VirtualBox, right? So if you have the AWS, then feel free to use that one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. Like, we need to download from the second link or else the first link.
So second link which I have shared with you guys is about, just a second, I'm a bit struggling with my team meetings. Just a second. So okay, so first link and second link is same, so you can ignore one of them. And the first link is about the Oracle VirtualBox. So this is a piece of software where you can use I would say the installing the different OS image, and this is a software which help us to deployment of a VM on the Windows box itself. So you don't need to go specifically on a Linux box to start the hands-on thing. So you can cover that part via the Oracle Linux VirtualBox. And the second link, which is about osboxes.org. So this is what I have shared like instead of having the ISO images, what you can do, you have the customized ISO images on this particular portal. If I go through with you, just a second.
Yeah, please.
So let me show you actually for the new peoples. So this is the first link, and this is the Oracle VirtualBox, which is basically
Actually, we are actually I'm seeing that PPT screen.
okay. Just a second. Just a second. I lost my screen share. Let me share my whole screen with you guys. So I will be sharing the whole screen with you guys. So just a second. So is my screen visible to you guys or still not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So
Now
you
it's
can see
showing.
that web URLs which I have pasted in the Google Chrome, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great thing. So this is the first link what I have been talking about. So this is about the VirtualBox software. So what you can do, you can go here, you can like install the VirtualBox, and most possibly most of the guys should have Windows host compatible thing, because obviously like, and whoever is running on Mac OS then can use this copy of image. So different purposes and different OS supported software, you can use them as per your requirement. So just download that and run the installer. So and the other thing which I was talking about, this is the customized image rather than pushing a complete image, and I will be sharing like image with you. So what I would prefer, you can directly attach here a customized image as per your requirement. In this tutorial, I will be going through the CentOS 6.9 and the RHEL 6.9. This is both basically the same version, but CentOS is like something the open source, I would say, kind of community driven OS, which is getting the regular updates as a part of the build project. So you can start that thing, and meanwhile I'm checking because I already get that installed. So I will see if I can use that image which I have downloaded. Then I will show you how to get that started. Okay, this PC D next. Where is my okay. I would need a piece of software. Software.
Should we download this?
Which one? Sorry.
7
this Oracle VirtualBox. That's 7-zip.
Yeah, I'm asking about the 7-zip.
So this is basically, I have downloaded a copy from the second URL which I've shared with you, and I can see that the images are being coming as a 7-zip thing, .7gz compression thing. So that's why I'm downloading, because my PC is not having that particular software, so I can unzip that particular file. So you can install with the Oracle VirtualBox. Like if you downloaded the VirtualBox, just get that installed, and I will be sharing the second process how you can download an image and then that untar that.
Yeah, okay.
So if anybody have any question, just feel free to ask here regarding the downloads and the things.
Which flavor of Linux are we using?
Sorry?
Which flavor of Linux are we using?
Right now, I will be using the CentOS, but I think you should have different option on the AWS side. So you can use CentOS or might be the RHEL you want to use. Both are the same copy of the OS. So what option do you see?
It says Amazon, macOS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SUSE Linux, and Debian.
So you can go with the Red Hat Linux if you want.
Oh, which one did you say?
Red Hat, that is something with the RHEL. You got it on the.
It's a Red Hat.
Oh, the Red Hat one?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So here I can see the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager.
Yeah, that Oracle Virtual VM Box will be helping you to deploy the VM on the top of the Windows system. So you can download it and install it on the Windows like you usually install the softwares on the machines.
Okay, it is saying like welcome to VirtualBox. Is that?
Yeah. Just go ahead and then get that installed complete as installer thing. So
I think
open with 7-zip console. I am not able to run that thing. 7-zip. Yep, I got it. I got it, what I need. So are we done with the Oracle VirtualBox? And I think one of the guys was using like the AWS thing for the deployment purpose. So if anybody have any issue with the downloading or the installer, then he can or she can share his or her screen, and I will be assisting with him for the installation purpose if somebody wants to go through.
I can share mine. That's okay.
So if somebody's sharing, then feel free. Okay. Yeah, you are done with the software installer. So this is the last piece, and you can like just close this down, because I will be from the second link. What you can do, the link which I have shared, you can have the CentOS copy downloaded, which I pasted in the chat bar. So if you can paste it right on your browser, the OS boxes thing, and it will be redirecting you to the customized images where you can use that one for the lab purpose. That is osboxes.org and CentOS.
So,
Hello.
Yep, hello.
Yeah, I can see like there are like CentOS 9, CentOS OS 8.5.2, 111.
No
Yeah,
worries.
we
I
need.
will be starting with CentOS 6, because this is like most of the I would say common system being used in the organization as of now. We have updates after 6, obviously the 7 and the 8, but most of the servers are as being used 6, and it will be easy to hands on you guys as you are the new one. So I would prefer to have CentOS 6 image, or else you can download the 7 if you want, but my preference would be CentOS 6. 0.10, you see a copy over there.
Yeah,
If
there is like 6.10 and 6.9. Should we
so,
download like
you go any of them. Basically, the patch release version, so you can install 0.10 if you want.
Okay.
Just download that image, and it should be a 7-zip file, like what I was doing earlier, and then you should have a piece of software, and just unzip that and copy that somewhere on your local desktop.
Hi everyone, I'm Ajay. I'm the course coordinator. Sorry, I couldn't join on time today. I had some technical issues on my side.
No worries.
So, were you able to get an interaction with the students before starting the class? Were you able to get an idea of the background and stuff?
Yeah, we had a quick introduction about the persons who have joined the calls, and like we just started with the basic thing. So I'm just going through the installers, installations on the machines, and I have just given the quick introduction about things. But yes, we will obviously continue after that one. So first priority is to getting that piece of software installed on all of the guys VM, so that at least they can have some experience on the hands-on part.
Okay, all right. That sounds good.
guys, let me check if possible. I will provide you the whole ISO image rather than getting those things. But that could take some time.
Hi, can you share your screen? Like,
Yeah,
we
sure.
are not.
Just a sec. So let me share my screen with you. So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So guys, are you done with the download thing? Like, have you downloaded Box Manager and the customized copy, which I have shared with you?
Yeah, actually, I have downloaded the file. It's showing me like 1 minute. I'm sharing my screen.
Sure thing.
Are you able to see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the 7GZ. So do you have 7GZ software with you? Like just to extract or compress the file?
Like, okay. I'm not getting option to extract. Okay, should I install that application? Like software?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay then.
So have you done the installation of VirtualBox or just downloaded the installer only?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
Okay. So guys, what I'm doing right now, like I'm also like trying to upload a ISO image of RHEL 6 on my one of the FTP server. So, but obviously, like as you're aware, these are the big files. So it is taking some time, and we'll see if I can that prepared for you guys soon. But yeah, that is taking some time. So meanwhile, we can use that copy, and if not, then what we will do for today, like I will be covering the rest of the part, and later on I will be sharing with the link. So what you can do, like you can go through that link, and I will be sharing that that images with you, so you can directly download it, those particular images on your machines.
So you said CentOS 7. So
Sorry.
Should we install CentOS 7 points?
You can go ahead with the 7 if you want. That's not a worry. But we are going through the 6 installer.
Oh, 6 installer. Okay.
Yeah. Just checking. Looks like to be an issue with the image. Just a sec. I want to move to desktop. Would it be okay? Yeah. Implement it. Okay. Copy to desktop. So are all done with the download part? Should we continue?
Yeah, I have downloaded, but I'm getting trouble in extracting the file.
Okay. In extracting which file? That customized one?
Customized one, yes.
So you have to download that 7G software.
Yeah, I have downloaded that. Let me share my screen so it will be helpful for me. Are you able to see my screen?
Just a second. Just a second. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Again, it is asking for installation.
Can you go to that? Yeah, just get that extracted from 7G software. Right click and.
Yeah, I have tried open with, right?
So
click on. Should I click on open with?
Yeah, just go ahead. Open with and 7G.
It's not coming.
Just get a double click. Not working?
Not working.
Oh, I see. So let's do one thing. Like I do see there is some issue on this particular template which we are downloading right now. So what I will do, I am just in process of downloading or uploading an image of ISO file directly on my repo server, right? So what I will do, guys, like I will be sharing the quick link with the Ajay. And like you like that having that, and then you guys can use that link directly to download the files. And meanwhile I will also see if I can sort out that 7z thing for you guys, because like I will try to get that extract in a plain format, so it can be easy for all of the guys to get that copy installed. Will that work for you guys? And meanwhile, we can just go ahead with the basic introduction about the Unix, so at least we have some basic understanding about the part.
Yeah, that should work.
Because I do see like most of the guys have that, or somebody has installed that successfully.
Noted.
So were any of you able to extract that 7z file which I have shared?
It is still downloading for me, sir.
Yeah, I had no issues.
So you downloaded it, right?
Yeah.
And it's working fine for you. Have you extracted the ISO image or the hard disk .vdi file from there?
Well, it's still downloading.
It will take some time. It's a bit large file. Yeah. No worries. So what you can guys do, like you can download that and you can get that extracted, because like everybody has different environment variables in the Windows as well as, and different I would say the environment thing. So might be some like you can have the issue, but later on once you free, what you can do, like we have already covered that Oracle VirtualBox part. That is simple, but for the copy, technically these are the large files. That's why we are getting them in the 7z format. So these are the embedded VDIs itself. So technically what happened, like when you want to install the Linux, you always have a ISO, right? I can share you the ISO, but it is a big file in the size. So most possibly I will not able to share the file, but I will see if I find any option to get that shared with you guys. But the link which I have provided for the VDI file, what you can do, you can install the VDIs of 6.10 and you can that make ready for the installation purpose, which we can cover tomorrow session, right? So this is how we can sort it out for now. What I will be doing, I will be covering the rest of the remaining things for the day, so at least we can get wrap up on the timely manner, right? So I hope you guys have the links to download both of the things. So will that work for you guys?
Yeah, that works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should work.
So we have the both piece of software ready for tomorrow for the demo thing, or for to start a hands-on practice. Sorry. So can you help me to remind who was covering from the SSIT SSIT side? I can have a discussion with him later on for the sharing of the files. Was this Ajay?
Sorry, Vivan, what was your question?
So my question was like, you are covering from the SSIT side, right? Like the training coordinator, right?
No, I'm not from SSIT. I'm from Anand's side. I'm
okay.
Like,
no worries.
How do you describe me?
No worries, no worries. So what I was thinking of to share you the link, guys, like what I have already discussed. So I'm continuing with the remaining of the things for the day. And meanwhile, if somebody has success, then it's very, very great. But if somebody has not success, so he can later troubleshoot the issue on his or her PC and get that both things ready. So tomorrow I can cover the installation of the Linux from the base image, that is VDI files, which I have shared on the link. Just sharing my screen with you guys. Back to again. So let me know once you see my screen.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Is it visible to you guys?
Yes. Yes.
Great. So basically in the Linux, we have different methods to connect, what we will be learning later on. And like once you have your Linux VM ready, so always like what I have already discussed in the previous PPTs also, like we will be connecting via SS terminal, and this is the most famous and most commonly used way to connecting to the Linux servers as a console. Other than that, we have the GUI facilities also available. So for the GUI facilities, you can always use Windows X11 Manager. This is also a piece of software, like we just end up with the Oracle VirtualBox. This is similar software, but this is helping you to putting down the GUI environment for the Linux servers, which is your target one. That you have the SFTP. So basically this is the same scenario. This is also connecting on port 22. So I understand most of you should be familiar, like Linux, the PuTTY session or the Linux is always like having the port SSH port open on the port 22. So whenever you want to connect the backend server, so you can use port 22 as a thing to connecting your PuTTY session, right? So this is the Linux simple prompt for your basic understanding. So when you will be in the machine, once we deploy the machine, this is something you will see, and your username would be root, because in the Linux, what happens, the most privileges user on the OS is root, like you have the administrator user in the Windows box. So this is the main controlling authority, and this is the owner of the system or the OS, I would say. So any of the task, any of the system admin task you want to perform, you will always use the root account for that purpose. So this is your current directory. In this case, this is SSCI, but once you will be logged in, you will be able to understand in a better way. So I will be going through you that particular thing. No worries. We can cover the whole thing in the later part once we are ready with the images and the deployment stuff. For the command line, I am just giving you the basic thing as of now. So for the commands, we have three things. Mostly you have a command, the front. So command, I would say, is number of commands and number of uses you have as per your requirement or whatever the thing you want to look out. So I will take a basic example about ls-a. This is a thing. So ls is basically nothing else. It's about listing the content on a particular directory. And if you do run ls-a, so you will able to see all of the particular directories or files within that particular path, whatever the system has created or whatever the user has created. So the basic syntax is a command, then you have the option. Option is basically that /a/-a. So you can collaborate number of things in the option part. So that is also about the requirement, what you actually want to achieve at the end of the day. And at last you have the argument. So if I will tell you right now about the argument, that is something like you will put up as a ls-a/root/home/temp, whatever the directory you want to put up or whatever the argument you want to put, you can get that covered. So I will again see if we can get a quick one to get the things work, because I am also want to understand you. Just a second. If my image is running or not. Just a second. Let me see if this CSI is open with import or add, because I'm also preferring if I can show you some of the quick bits, but this is looks like to be some issue with my machine right now. Just a second. Actually, this is my office laptop and having some issues. Just a second. No worries, guys. I will get that ready for you tomorrow as a first thing, so we can start with the demo stuff. So because there are a lot of restriction as a corporate thing on the machines when you have. So just a second. Yep. So no worries. I will get that ready and I will share a ISU direct link with you. So I think there was some user who was using AWS, right?
Yeah,
Hello?
that's correct.
So would you be able to share your screen so I can show you quickly at least the prompt thing?
You mean like the putty thing?
Have you connected with the server?
I kind of set one up.
So would appreciate if you can share the screen quickly. I will show at least we can directly launch the CLI console in the AWS. If there is an option to launch the CLI or connecting to the underlying session.
Give me one
So at
second.
least they will see the first look of Linux. So are you sharing your screen?
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure, nothing. Just a second. And have you installed 7, right? Hello. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, great. So if you can pass me the control, I will be requesting a quick one, and that would be a great thing. Because I do see, yeah. So just a second. So guys, I hope you can see all all can see the screen, right? Right now we have a putty session connected on the machine, right? So is it visible to all?
Yes.
Great thing. So first thing, I will be getting the font changes for you. So just for the visibility purpose. Default foreground. Fonts.
I think it's an appearance.
Yeah, just a second. Just checking about. So let's make this 16 for the visibility thing. Yeah, so it should be better now. So this is what I have been talking about, and first thing I would like you to show the kernel thing as a first one. So if you run the command uname -a, so this is basically the kernel version which you see right now. So and the AWS, as we have the this console launch from the AWS. So this is nothing. This is about the about the IP and the host name details, what exactly this is. So in the AWS side, like just a quick one for your understanding, this is nothing. This is about the specific reason where this instance is being launched. So this is coming from the US East 2, right? So what I have been talking about, there are different directories. If you run diff-h, then there is /boot/run /boot EFI. These are all directories what we will be covering the later on. These are the /dev device, and like basically in the Linux, all files are a device. So if I will show you quickly, see, you have a number of terminal sessions. So these are all device files. So this is how the Unix console, or I would say the Linux console, looks like as an initial thing. So the user which I have been talking about with you guys was just a second. Let me see if that can allow me to. Okay, no worries. Sudo switch user. Yeah. So if I share my screen with you, so if you remember, I told you there is the user. So this is the user and this is the IP of the VM. If I show you just a second. Yep. So again, sharing my screen. So I took this session just to get you a familiarized window of the Linux. So at least for now, you can have how this looks like inside. And okay, so this is what do you see inside the console. So once we have the VM ready, so that window is something like this, and you need to always connect to the port 22, because I think she connected via the AWS console inside. So we have an option over there to launch the GUI or the direct console without connecting to the port 22. So just a second. So I will be sharing my screen again. So you can stop the sharing if you want. I just show like how it looks like in the console bar. So just a second, let me share my screen to covering on that slide part. Share screen. And so this was the thing I was talking about. And if you see, like you remember, we had a console over here and it was a username. So in our case, earlier it was a EC2 user, because in the AWS side, whenever you launch install, the default user is EC2 user, but you can obviously switch to the root. So which I have already showed you, but yes, no worries. We will cover that part later on once I will be going through the practical examples on the system. But I took a console quickly just to show you how it exactly this looks like. So if I talk about the next, basically these are the common commands, or I took just a random example to show you what exactly these commands do. So if you print on the system, who am I? So this is basically going to tell which exact user or which user you are logged in on the system. So it might be XYZ, whatever the home directory you will be landing to. So when you run the who am I command, so basically it will show you the login details. Then again, I run this command on the server. If you remember, there was a IP and the name. So that command is host name. And similarly, you have date, call, and this is not a command. This is a bad command example I have put up just for the demo purpose. So there are a set of commands and there are a number of things which we can do, obviously. And as I discussed in this slide, there are a number of arguments also for every command. So if somebody wants to run any command, then he can change or alter the argument as per his or her requirement. So that we will cover once we have that working thing for all of you guys as a demo purpose. Then I will be covering quickly the directory structure, what it looks like. So I will be sharing it with you. Just a second. So we have so main base directory under the Linux system would be /. This is representation of /. Basically, all of the other directories which are linked to this particular directories. This is the master file system, and under this you will see /boot, etc, home, root. So these are different directories. So basically, I will be covering few of the important one in a quick one. So /boot is nothing else. These are the bootloader files. Basically, you will see your kernel files, your init rd ram images over here. Then you will have etc file. These are your configurations files. /home is something like when a user logged in on the system, because like everybody can't be assigned a admin privileges, right? So in the Windows also, when you guys logged in, so what happens, like you will be having your customized home environment, or I would say the landing page, right? So in the same way, there is a landing page, or there is a landing screen for the Linux users, and this is being controlled under the /home. So if you log in as a user Ajay, just an example, so, and when you will be connecting on port 22 and launching into a session, then the user will be that Ajay when you landed on the system. The other is /shop. Basically, this is nothing else. This is third-party application, like the similar way which we have done, or which we do in the Windows system. I'm just comparing it with the Windows system for your ease, because I do understand like it will be a more easy to grab the things if I refer the Windows environment. So this is third-party application, like we installed the Oracle VirtualBox in the Windows couple of minutes back. So similar way, obviously you have the Linux supporting softwares, and you always need to install them as per your requirement. So this all configuration file will be, or the third-party application will be landing under /shop directly. /dev, I show you there was a number of device files. So every like device files, or every file which is under the /dev is basically, you can call that as a device files, right? Then we have the variables. You have the mount. So mount is something like when you attach a CD, like I take an example of CD, or might be the ISO image, which I will be sharing you, or might be you have already seen that ISO image. So if you want to connect to the system, so this is not a like something like Windows, you insert into the CD drive and then it will automatically pop up as a window thing, or it will be automatically showing you like the F drive, connecting drive. You have always need to mount this the images on the system to make that work. Then we have run. Basically, these are the temporary file systems. So these are created like to tackle the temporary, I would say, system requirement. And these are temp, like whenever you restart or you shut down a system, it basically create a temporary file system each and every time. And later we have /lib and /rb. So /lib is nothing else. These are the system libraries, like we have the similar way in the Windows. And /rb is the service data directory. So there are number of most directory, but I have covered some of the key directory, I would say. And this is something which we have as a Linux file structure in the server side. So whoever was sharing the screen, if you can or she can quickly share again one more time, I will show you these all the directories on the system itself, just for the education purpose, or I would say like to go through a hands-on thing. So if you can share me the screen once again, please. It's the last time. Yeah, great thing. So this was your system, and yeah, I need a control. I need a control request commode control. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't see. Yeah, good. So if I do cd/, I will show you the working directory /. This is the same / which we are seeing on the PPT slide. And if I show you -df -h, just a second. See, /boot, /temp, etc, home directories. So if I show you under the home, just for example, what I was talking about. So just a second. Looks like screen freeze for me. Just a second. We got remote control, sending again the request of remote controls. See, this is the same user which you remember when I switches to the root account, and like if I show you here, so this is the first landing user when we have a connection on the Linux side. So this is the home directory of that EC2 user. So whenever what will be happening, whenever the user will be landing or connecting to the putty session, so it will always land his or her directory which is /home. So this is how the basic thing works in the Linux. But yes, there are a number of things need to be learned. So this is a kind of quick introduction I will show you here. Just a second. So if you want to see what exactly in the screen, there is nothing, right? But if I will show you just a quick one, I will say that I'm just creating a file, 1.txt, right? And this is under the Linux user. So if I will show you as a root thing, or now see, so if you connect next time with the EC2 user, so you will see that 1.txt file in your home directory. So what I want to show you guys here, like whatever the thing you will be doing, or so it will be always landing in your home directory, right? So this is about the /home, and the same way we have opt, where like I told you, this is like the software's purpose, and we have USR for the users, proc systems, where then we have the temporary file system. So this is a basic system looks like. This is not a, I would say, the complicated configured one for the users purpose, but I think she launches a like AWS instance, and that was a simple one. So basically what happens, like this is the minimum optimum thing which you can have when you launch the Linux instance. So this is how your CLI screen looks like. So some of the basic command, date and who am I, which we have checked. So see, this is showing as a EC2 user, and this is showing as the connecting time and the logged in time when the user has logged in on the system, right? So I will show you uptime also, just for the understanding purpose and to give you hands on some of the basic commands. So if you will see, the system is being up from 38 minutes, and the current time is, I hope, is 3:53 UTC. So this is how you can run some of the simple commands. So what we can do, like I will be trying to download that ISO because it's a big one, and obviously it will take some time. And as I have a number of restrictions on my laptop, so due to that copy thing, so what I will do, I will try to download that copy on the FTP site, or might be I will be getting a way so I can share that ISO image. And meanwhile, you guys have already downloaded that VDI thing. So what you can do, like you can try to launch that VDI's files in the Oracle VirtualBox. So I will show you a quick thing. Just a second. You can unshare your screen if you want. Like I'm done, and I will be sharing the quick one, like how can you try to or give it try to have a hands-on, or might be try to launch. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here, like what you can do, if that works for you, that 7z VDI file, so you can just deploy a new machine, put up the name, whatever you want, and then the ISO image, right? Or you can directly try to deploy with the that putting the double click on the VDI files, and it will like getting that VDI attached to the instance. So this is what you can do meanwhile. So I think we are covered for now as a initial thing, I would say. So I have given you the Linux, why Linux, and like what overview, what will be completing in the coming sections, and why we are using Linux and Unix, the fundamental principles, and where Linux is basically, I would say 60% of the world's web traffic are running on the Linux servers. And the connecting way, which is about the SSH terminal, SX window 11s and SFTPs. So this is what you can do till we reconnect further. Like just give it a try to install the installer, and like if you have any issue, then definitely we can have a troubleshoot in the next session. So that's all for the day from my side. If somebody has any question, then feel free to ask, else we will be closing the session.
Is there someone we can get the recording for this session?
I think somebody was recording, so you can have a recording obviously. And
yes, I joined a little late, and when I joined in, I saw that I got a prompt which said that the call was being recorded. So
yeah, I do also see the same message on my side.
I just wanted to know like if you guys were gonna post it somewhere or a drive or something where we can access it, and also if we would be able to also get the PowerPoint slide, or if that was not accessible.
Yes, Claudia. From the point of the recording, yes, we will ensure that you get access to it. Probably you'll get it either in the WhatsApp group or in the MS Teams group that we have internally. Regarding slides, let me just talk to them and get back to you on this. Right?
Okay.
Okay, guys. Any other question somebody wants to cover, or might be like, so we can have a look, or might be feel free to get that covered in the next session. Or should we go ahead and close this session now? You can have that ISO, or that recorded copy, like he will be sharing with you on the respective channels. So okay, guys, then I will be dropping now, and let's connect right again tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.